Yo, what's good, YouTube? My bad if I was a little bit loud in the beginning, but to be honest, I don't know because I ain't got no intro. But today, watching 808 Savion. I think that's how you say your name. My bad if I butchered it. I just suck at saying stuff. But Lost Video Game Media. So let's get into it. Oh, also, I don't know why I didn't full screen, but also, what was I saying? Oh yeah. Also, come to stream, like, subscribe. You already know the vibes. Let's get into the video now. I know y'all sick and tired of hearing me yap.
Become a pretty huge and interesting trend, especially here on YouTube, where people take these random pieces of media and try to find where they are or where they originated from. But one specific type that I don't really see that many people talk about is video game lost media. So after doing a little bit of digging, I figured why not go through some of the most video game lost media.
Hold
A
on.
little bit of digging.
Yo, I can't get the frame, but yo, if that ever happened to me, I might have like crashed.
And holy smokes, does this game have a lot of lost media. First, we have Notch's lost secret YouTube channel. And in case somehow you aren't familiar with who Notch is none other than the creator of Minecraft himself. Now, this guy might not have the greatest reputation on the internet, but I think most people can agree that his creation of Minecraft was a good thing overall. Now, with that being said,
Minecraft in my top 10 for games. I don't care what you say. Not even top 10, top 5.
Minecraft is a pretty old game. I mean, it was released back in like 2009, and it wasn't even called Minecraft at that point. It was called Cave Game. And because it was so long ago, a lot of versions and footage of the game have been lost to time. However, there was a channel with the username Nizach, which was coincidentally ran by Notch himself. On this channel, he had
Nizach is so crazy, bro.
Numerous test versions of Minecraft that have never been played by anyone before. His very first video of what became Minecraft was called Cave Game Tech Test, and if you look at the description of the video, it reads, "This is a very early test of an Infinite Miner clone I'm working on. It will have more resource management and materials if I ever get around to finishing it." So yeah, little did this bald man know, Minecraft would become pretty much the biggest game in the world, making him a literal billionaire. What's interesting is that he mentions the original Minecraft being a test clone of another game called Infinite Miner, which you can clearly see is very reminiscent of Minecraft in its kind of blocky sandbox style. On some of his other videos, you can see him working on mechanics like water, survival mode, adding mobs into the game, farming, mining and crafting, which by now the game was actually called Minecraft. Even the very first Minecraft house ever being built was recorded on this channel. He had whatever this was. I don't even know what I'm looking at.
Holy, I don't know if hold on. I don't know if that's just my quality or the actual video. Holy.
Bunch of stuff that never made it into any official release of the game, but at some point he had a great idea and he was like, you know what, I'm going to copyright my own channel, which removed every single video that was ever to be seen.
Hello?
Now, to my knowledge, it was considered lost media for a while. However, luckily there has been other people who managed to recover these videos and upload them onto archive channels. Overall though, these videos are basically just like behind the scenes footage of Minecraft, and it's really cool seeing how the game evolved from a little test clone of another game all the way to early versions of Minecraft that we're all familiar with. But yeah, if y'all want to support a channel that won't remove all its videos, then feel free to drop a sub. Outside of Notch's lost channel, there's also been some other lost media in Minecraft that people have searched for as well, with some of them actually getting found after years or even decades later. Now this image right here is known as pec.png, which y'all probably know if you ever played Minecraft on a computer, because this is the cover art for the default Minecraft texture pack. And for a very long time, people have searched to find this world seed just from this little image alone. Before I found out about this, I would have never guessed that this was even possible. First, they had to recreate what they could block by block from this image. The problem was that this image was so small at just 128 by 128 pixels that for some reason that I could not explain to you, they needed to find out the resolution of Notch's monitor, which they had to look at some of those.
Y'all not gonna hold y'all weird for that, bro. Why we need the resolution of the monitor though?
guess what it was. On top of that, they also needed to find the window size for what Notch was playing Minecraft in when taking the screenshot. After that, people had to do some Einstein level math, coding, advanced angle calculations, figuring out different terrain generation patterns, and a whole bunch of other stuff that my little brain is not capable of comprehending. They were actually getting close, and with all the information they had, thousands of users had contributed their own GPU power in searching through 281 million possible world seeds that matched their image recreation. And to everyone's surprise, they had actually found the original world seed for the pack.png image. That whole event happened quite a few years ago, but more recently, within this past year, there was another piece of lost media that some consider to be the birth of the Herobrine hoax.
We're not gonna talk about it, bro.
This sighting alone had led to countless YouTube videos and an extremely spooked out community, and even Notch speaking on it, with there even being official Minecraft cover art with Herobrine in it. Now all this started with some random ass clip that came from a live stream website, and while the clip was extremely popular a decade ago,
yo, Herobrine had people shaking in their boots. Not me though. I know some people that the brine scared, bro.
Nobody could actually find where the original
me personally though
was. People had been searching for years, with some even faking footage of it, and when it seemed like there was no hope left in finding the original stream, some random guy had commented on a video discussing the situation, commenting, "I had no idea this was lost media. I downloaded that stream back in the day. I've uploaded it privately to my channel for years, thinking it was nothing special." He then proceeded to make these videos available on his channel, pretty much solving this mystery by complete accident. Alright, I know I've been talking about Minecraft for a minute, so for the next game with lost media, we got Roblox.
Roblox lost media? What? I expected Minecraft to be on here, but Roblox? Come on now. What's going on?
Roblox is an even older game that released all the way back in 2006, and unlike Minecraft, which pretty much instantly blew up, it actually took a while for Roblox to gain any major popularity. Now, because there wasn't too many people who even played Roblox back then, this caused some of the first versions of Roblox all the way from 2003 to 2007 to be completely lost to time, and while some people have come extremely close to finding some of these versions, unfortunate things have went down, and a lot of these are still considered lost media to this day. These versions contain different parts of Roblox's lost history, with each of them having major differences between them. I mean, the first versions of Roblox were pretty much not even the same game it is today. Back in
what
2000,
is that
Roblox, the entire point of the game was using a vehicle and driving through different obstacle levels. It wasn't really until about 2006 though that Roblox became a more sandbox style, player controlled game that we all know today, even though it had jacks back then. With this being said, Roblox users formed together a Discord community and server known as the Client Search, where tons of people helped to find these lost versions of Roblox, specifically from 2006 to 2007.
I could never do this. W Tyler and Kendrick in the back. I don't think y'all can see it, but he got album covers on his wall. But no, I could never do this. It's not that I'm not smart enough. I would get lazy about it, to be honest.
It would be a realistically impossible task. And after years of searching for these versions, even before the community was created, one member had stated, "I honestly feel like a 2006 or 2007 is unlikely to ever show up." And 2 days later, after that message was sent, it was finally revealed that they had coincidentally found one of these lost versions of Roblox from 2007, which is pretty hilarious considering how fast it happened after the guy sent that message, and also how many years people have searched for that version. But even though they had just found the oldest version of Roblox yet, they were like, "Nah, we gotta go back further." But the first thing they did was contact none other than the CEO of Roblox himself, David Baszucki. I don't know why they didn't do that before, but to everyone's surprise, he actually did respond. But yeah, unfortunately, he was like, "Yeah, we don't got any of those old versions anymore." So because he wasn't really able to help, the Client Search community had to resort to finding people who actually played the game back in 2006. The problem is that there was only like 11,000 people who played Roblox at all back then, which, keep in mind, was almost like 20 years ago at this point. Not to mention, this would be a Christmas fucking miracle if they were even able to keep a hard drive alive for that long in the first place. Now, surprisingly,
Would be
some of these
so
community
yo.
members actually did end up finding people who played the game back in 2006, but unfortunately, there was several issues that happened between these people, all the way from broken hard drives that would cost thousands of dollars to fix and might not even have the 2006 client installed in the first place, to even one person who had a potential August 2006 version on their computer, which would be the closest anyone has ever gotten to finding this version of the game, but was overwritten by a January 2008 version of the game with no other files to be found. To this day,
No.
the 2006 version of Roblox has still not been found, and members have even gone as far as to put up a bounty of over $500 to whoever can find it, with thousands of users still.
Hey, yo, chat. We finna go find that version of Roblox, bro. We need the money. Trust me, we need the money.
Actively on the hunt today before it becomes too late and this part of Roblox history becomes lost media forever. Alright, so for this next one, we have a bit of a goofy one, and I feel like I talk about this game every single video somehow, but we got the mysterious and lost model of Talking Tom, which was one of the most popular mobile games back in the day. Now, this model dates back to over 20 years ago, making it one of the oldest pieces of video game lost media. So the history of this begins back when the game's creator...
Did he just clip through the floor?
...model for his up-and-coming game. He ended up finding the perfect model for his game on a website called TurboSquid called Cat Cartoon for $90, which some of y'all may or may not recognize. So this model was uploaded by Andy Kravchenko, who actually ended up being hired later down the line by the official creator of Talking Tom. Now, this model was published on January 31st of 2004 and was available to purchase for 6 years before finally being taken down, which was probably because the creator of the game asked him to take it down now that the game was getting popular at the time. However, in the 6 years that it was available to the public, there was quite a handful of people who did actually get their hands on the model before it got removed. There's actually footage uploaded in 2010 that featured the
Yo, that's so disgusting.
Spanish candy commercial.
Me encantan los caramelos Blim Bam. ¿Quieres uno? Pero si es un chicle. No, es un caramelo. Es un chicle. Es un caramelo. Trágalo y verás.
Other instances of old footage using the model have been found.
That's so disgusting.
The oldest video using the model had just been found from an ad uploaded all the way back on YouTube in 2007.
Onlycall.co.uk, an easy way to call anywhere in India, Pakistan and Bangladesh by dialing 0844 731 0044 for only 4 pence per minute.
Don't call that number, bro.
Don't forget, yaar, only 4 pence per minute.
This video actually just exploded in views even after being uploaded for so long. But what makes this particular video so important is that the animator who made this ad is still actively posting on YouTube to this day. After he discovered that he was now part
so
of the
crazy.
Talking Tom Lost Media lore, he uploaded a video stating that he has 51 hard drives that the Talking Tom model could possibly be on. And being the absolute GOAT that he is, he basically is now dedicating his channel to searching for this model that has been lost on his hard drive. Since then, he's actually found more of his lost animations using the model. But yeah, it's looking like there's a good chance that one day
W Mans.
Now finally, the last game that I wanted to talk about with
What's the last game,
is
bro?
actually Fortnite. So going
Fortnite. Fortnite lost media? We got Fortnite lost media. Hey, bro, let me just let him spit. Let me just let him spit.
to 2011, Epic Studios was participating in a mandatory game jam event where they needed to come up with a banger brand new game idea. So yeah, they were like, why don't we make a horror game and combine it with elements of tower defense games and Minecraft's crafting? And this little idea led us to a project that we all know and love, Fortress Game, which was actually the original placeholder.
Fortress Game.
Originally, this game was actually meant to be more like realistic and spooky. I mean, they said it was supposed to. Originally, this.
We were robbed. We were legit robbed. Look, yo. Like, we could have had this.
Actually meant to be more like.
We could have had this. But we got Godzilla and Hatsune Miku in one game. That's so. And LeBron. We got a game where LeBron, Hatsune Miku, Godzilla, and Miles Morales can be in one place. That is so crazy to say.
Realistic and spooky. I mean, they said it was supposed to be like Minecraft meets The Walking Dead, which is kind of an insane crossover. So this right here is actually the first ever screenshot taken of Fortnite. There was also these screenshots of the game, and all these came from the very first build of the game, which is all considered lost. But yeah.
Hey, yo, Epic, release a game like this, and I will be playing. I swear. If this even gets to y'all.
At some point, they were just like, nah, let's scrap this and make it into like a cartoon art style, which is probably better if I'm being completely honest. After they started cooking up,
Better.
they announced the very first ever trailer of Fortnite.
Put the camera down, man. It's showtime.
Say the world was fire, though.
Now, back in 2022, there was actually an anonymous user who somehow had a build from 2011. He did share footage of the build. but he never
2011.
actually shared the build itself publicly. One thing that was found in the files, however, was actually an early version of the Fortnite trailer that was not complete at all. And at the end, you got jump scared by a title that says Fortnite, which is pretty funny because it seems like this was going to be the actual name of the game before they changed it last minute. So yeah, the entire time, that guy was just gatekeeping the oldest version of Fortnite available. And just because of him, that build of Fortnite is considered lost media to this day. After those earlier versions from the
Oh,
Fortnite
nah,
era,
L-Mans.
we moved on to the closed test era. When this took place, Epic Games actually had people come and test the game out privately, but because they were played privately under the control of Epic, every single version from this era has been completely lost. It wasn't until the online testing phase starting in 2014 that the community finally started to have some hope of being able to retrieve these lost versions.
Yo.
This was because since it was
Look at Jonesy's cut. They done boxed Jonesy.
some hope of being able to retrieve these lost
Buzz
files.
cut.
This was because since it was an open
Pomaref
source,
haircut,
people
bro.
could download the game on their own computers via codes or invites to the test. However, due to NDA agreements, not a lot of the info, versions, or game footage was shared around that time. However, someone did happen to be a little bit sneaky and actually shared what ended up being the earliest versions of Fortnite that we have publicly available. This version of Fortnite is actually pretty close to what it ended up being in the full release, even though there isn't a whole lot to do. It's pretty cool to see though, because you can see several similarities between the game back then and when it actually released. So yeah, if y'all really wanted to, y'all could go download this version right now and play it for yourself. But yeah, let me know what y'all think, or if y'all know any lost media.
We don't need to do that, bro.
As always, if y'all want to invest in the channel before we hit 100K, feel free to drop us a
All right, that was Video Game Lost Media. You already know what to do. Subscribe, come to the stream, hit the like, share my content so we can get out there, get the name out there, you know. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next one.